I just want to let people know that suffering loss and it's your first Christmas without a loved one. You lost a loved one in 2022, and Christmas is a little different. We are definitely thinking about you, and we're praying for you. And I just hope all is well. Just a little, I was thinking about my grandparents. I was having a conversation with my cousin. We were sitting in the kitchen, sitting right here, having a whole deep conversations about our grandparents, because we was raised by the same set of grandparents. And two grown men was just reflecting, talking about what Christmas was like growing up. He's much younger than me, but we was raised by the same grandparents. And I miss them a lot. I mean, if I don't miss nobody else on this earth, I really freaking miss my grandparents. I thank my grandmother. Sometimes I pass by the front door and I look out there on holidays thinking that my grandparents literally gonna pull up. And I had this certain kind of awe, and what you probably dealing with and what you're probably going through. I hope you find strength. I hope you find peace. I hope you find happiness. I hope you get around somebody that can give you love and affection and happiness, and it's just one day at a time, one holiday at a time. But I want to give you a little piece of advice. When I start to feel that way about my grandparents or whatever, oh yeah, Brandon, I understand. I'm gonna tell you something that's real deep, especially around holidays. If your grandparents or your parents left an impact on you like mine did, it is real simple. Become them. Become them. I got two nieces upstairs and my grandson is upstairs. And I promise you, I've been in this house and I'm sitting over here right now finna let them come down. As soon as this butter down here become room temperature, I'm finna let my nieces, my two nieces and my grandson bake a pound cake and play and put on some Christmas music. And it's freezing, it's 21 degrees, and we've been out, went to Target, went to Walmart, doing little stuff, trying to make it special for them. And they all excited, they all feel a certain kind of way. Become them. Everything that your grandparents experienced or whatever, become them. Be that for someone, And a lot of times we don't think about what our grandparents was going through, because our grandparents was all we saw. Our grandparents and our great-grandparents. Well, our grandparents had parents too. Our grandparents also had grandparents. And you never saw them, you just saw them just making sure you were straight. We have to become them. It didn't just start with our grandparents. They lost their parents too. And they was feeling some kind of way on the inside, but was trying to make it a good Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, whatever, for you. So always remember that. Carol, I know your mother's passed away. You always talk about your mother, but you have definitely done a good job of becoming her and leaving that same impact on your kids that your
Yo, I welcome you back on here. If you're new, consider clicking the subscription button and also like and share the video. In this video, I'm only here actually to send my deepest prayers and condolences, warmest sympathies to the family of Rickey Smiley after losing such a talented comedian that was Rickey Smiley. We just saw just a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, we saw Mr. Rickey Smiley actually coming out and actually released a very touching, emotional and heartbreaking video via his official social media, that was Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. He came out in this video and actually said that he's actually releasing the very devastating and sad news that he had lost his beloved son, that was Rickey Smiley, a very young man, a talented comedian who actually died suddenly and mysteriously. It's believed, according to the so many sources, a case in point, people, an online information or entertainment magazine that is Basics and TMZ, they have come out actually to release some of the information regarding the cause of death of Brandon Smiley. Amongst what has been released online or what has been given to people online, it's believed and it's been said that Brandon Smiley actually passed away or was found unresponsive on his page, and it was really very tough. We saw Smiley or Rickey Smiley actually saying that he was not at home and he just received a call when he was actually at the airport going back to Birmingham city. That was the city where Mr. Rickey Smiley stays. So right now we send our warmest sympathies, prayers, because no parent ideally would like to lose a child, and it's really very tough. We saw in the video Mr. Rickey Smiley actually telling people that he was fine, but later on he came out on his official Instagram page and said the kind of pain he's feeling in this exact moment in time is really very huge. He didn't know how to handle that pain. He didn't know how people go through a pain of losing a child, and he even related it to the pain his own grandfather actually went through, because he also lost a son that was Mr. Rickey Smiley's father. So let us just continue sending in prayers. Let us just continue sending in those messages of condolences, because we all know Mr. Rickey Smiley is going through a very tough time. According to the so many reports that are actually coming out in this moment in time, they are continuing to say that Brandon was found unresponsive, like I've earlier told you, and police was actually immediately engaged. They called in the emergency services, the medical personnel. They arrived at the scene, but of course they could not do anything because Brandon Smiley had reportedly already passed away. So let us continue sending in those prayers. Let us continue actually comforting and putting our hands together to comfort the Smiley family, because ideally we all know they are going through a tough moment. In this moment in time, all we are saying is continue resting in power, Mr. Brandon Smiley, and let us also wish the very good moments to Rick Smiley.